I have been completely unable to get pants. I wear very specific pants to very specific specifications, and I have not been able to find them. And I I hurt. I hurt. It feels like you're being wrung out by your own genes. Being wrung out. Oh! This is Todd, and this is the Nothingcast, and I I have a bit of a problem. I have a bit of a problem, and it's a controversial opinion. Um, I don't think people should be allowed to have monkeys as pets. I know, I know, I know. Get it out of your system now. I'll give you a sec. What is he talking about? And the monkey, I just don't think animals that are that smart should be in captivity. I mean, not in captivity, but I don't think you should be dressing up a monkey as a small child and putting it on a leash. I think that leads to some serious issues brain wise for the monkey. I mean, good example, take Travis. Travis went on a rampage, and if you don't know about Travis, I'm a little bit shocked because I mean, he is the poster child for why you should not own monkeys. So Travis with a chimp, he he was gotten as a baby by this family, and they just raised him and let him do whatever the hell he wanted. But one day he he got a little angry. He had a bit of a fit, and he ate this woman's face. Just just completely ate this poor woman's face off. And there's a police call that the owner made to the police, and it's one of the most it's pretty shocking considering what she's actually saying in the police call. You can find it online very easily, but yeah, the police came. They they took care of the monkey, but one of the weird things to me is the owner. She had been apparently Travis had Lyme's disease or something, and she'd been given it Advil to treat its Lyme disease, which is apparently something you're not supposed to do with a chimp. You're not supposed to give it random pharmaceutical drugs. Shocker. Yeah, but she'd been feeding her chimpanzee uh, Tylenol and Prilosec, and obviously, you know, you have a chimpanzee on Xanax. That's obviously a recipe for disaster. It's gonna fent flop and you know, try to take off the door of a police car. He got stabbed a whole bunch of times because he was trying to be pulled off the owner, but he also took a whole bunch of shots from the police, but he didn't go down. He just went back inside the house and just you know yeah, just ceased to be. And I think that's a very good telling of like monkeys are stronger than us. They're angrier than us, and I mean, I hear about all these accidents. People like, oh no, my baby monkey bit a police officer. Who wants to play with the monkey? And it's like, I don't know. I feel like this could have been easily avoidable. I also think we should stop, I don't know, teaching monkeys, specifically chimpanzees, how to do things because it's going to go horribly wrong. Obviously, in the wild, you'll see chimps, they're using sticks to stick in holes and shit. But people are like, yes, we're going to teach these monkeys how to use sign language. We're gonna teach these monkeys how to play Minecraft. Great, that's awesome. Now they know what a fucking Ender Dragon is. Now they know how to make pickaxes and iron armor. That's awesome. That's great. Now we have a fucking Planet of the Apes scenario because we told the monkeys how to make a nether portal. I we don't even know how to do that, and yet we're teaching monkeys how to do that. It's insane. Complete chimp sanity. I do like the Planet of the Apes movies, especially the newer ones. I haven't seen the newest one yet, but I would really like to sit down and watch it at some point. I think it'd be really funny if they just started adding like random concepts into these movies, like magic. Just give a chimp a magic wand. Give a gorilla a nice little magician's hat and make them turn a bunch of humans into stone. I think that'd be fun. I don't think people would complain about that. I wouldn't complain about that. I wouldn't complain about a lot of things. There's a lot of places you can go by just giving monkeys random abilities, especially in real life, i.e., Minecraft. Um, yeah, but monkeys are scary. I like them. I like orangutans and I like gorillas, but I certainly wouldn't dress one up, put a top hat on it, and introduce it to my family as if it were my husband. And I think that's part of the thing too. Like these people, they almost sort seem to get I can't even say the word. Familially attached to these animals as if they're their own flesh and blood, flesh and bud, flesh and blood. But it's like it eats its own poop. Like if you saw a human do that, you would be freaked out. But because it's a monkey, it's fine. Yes, my son digs his fingers in his ass and uh, he just sort of like sucking sugar off your fingers, you know. But yeah, I'm a little. I just think that monkeys and people should stay far away from each other, as far away as possible, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna get I have a pet capuchin that I keep in a dog cage, and I only let it out like an hour a day. Rest of the time, I just put a blanket over the cage, let it hang out. I feed it Jack Link's beef jerky. You know, you got to make sure it's healthy. Got to make sure it's getting its nutrients. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, so if you're listening to this, maybe with your Valentine, uh, happy Valentine's Day. Um, Me and my loving girlfriend of 18 years just got engaged. We're gonna be planning our marriage at Costco. We're gonna have a Costco marriage, and uh, one lucky subscriber will be invited to the wedding. So I will be sending your invitation shortly. I just learned a factoid recently. I just learned an interesting factoid. Um, so during the Ice Age, there were horses in America. I know, shocker. Um, but they went extinct. So when people from like uh, when people came over to America, they brought their own, like you know, their the horses from their land, and now we have these horses running around. So the original American horses, they're all extinct now. But we still have horses here today because of the ones that, like, you know, the British brought over and all the other people who came over here brought their horses. But the thing that confuses me is what allowed the British horses to survive the Ice Age that the American horses were unable to persevere. Why is it that one group of uh, horse was able to make it through the Ice Age while the other perished? What did the British horses have that the American horses did not have? I just found that very interesting and intriguing. It's very interesting looking at animals that have ceased to be, especially from like the ice age, because it's like how could this animal not still be around? Like take mammoths for example. Mammoths were tanks of animals, but they're gone now. We still have elephants, but it's not the same thing. One of them is Harry. One of them is Harry Potter. But I think it's really interesting that I don't know that we as a species can just completely destroy another species, because that's what it came down to with the woolly mammoths. Was I think a lot of it had to do with us being dicks. We didn't exactly we took them for granted. We had something cool, and of course, as people always do, we had to fuck it up. And now we don't have any mammoths. That's probably for the best, though. I mean, I don't think I'd be too happy if on my way to my 9 to 5 job, traffic got stuck because a herd of mammoths had been going through the interstate. That's probably for the best. Um, and then you have those situations where you're like, oh, my little brother saw a woolly mammoth on his way to Ohio. My little brother got to ride a woolly mammoth at the circus. Yeah, they stapled hair onto an elephant, but that's the same thing. I think with time, when you hear these stories about people seeing weird shit, it gets less believable. It's still fun, you know, but it gets really, as time goes on, you're like, oh, okay. Like when the Native Americans were talking about, yeah, we have sightings of these mountain giants that come down and steal our wives and eat our kids. Like that's more believable than when your Uncle Terry tells you he saw Bigfoot at a gas station in Nebraska. He was getting a double gulp Slurpee, a double gulp Slurpee for Bigfoot. But yeah, like I just want one believable story. At one of this jobs I worked at, I had this guy come in, and we were talking there for a bit. Nothing was really going on, but he tells me, "Yeah, I had an encounter with an alien race." And that made me perk up because I was bored. But he was like, "Yeah, this one day in my driveway, I was drinking a Bud Light, and smoking a ciggy, and I saw a floating orb fly across my driveway, and I went back inside and went to bed and hit my wife. Not in that specific order, but the next day I got up and I went to where I saw the floating orb, and where the floating orb was, mold was growing out of the ground. Floating orb slimed all over my driveway." And I was like, that is a great story. Thank you for telling me. But at the same time, when, why, how, also, who are you? Because you just, I, you didn't even buy anything. You just told me this story. I appreciate it because I was bored, but like, what do I do with this? Where do I take this information? Do I give it to the police? Did you go to the police? But I thought I still remember that to this day because it was just such a weird to tell this complete stranger that you saw a floating orb and then be like, "Oh yeah, you, you probably think I'm crazy." Yeah, yeah. I wonder why. The floating orb. It took away my kids, man.
can't see my kids anymore because of the floating orb.
But yeah, it's really, it's not believable. It's not believable when Johnny at the gas station tells you he saw the chupacabra. And I just want one, credible source that's like, yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and I have its head pinned on my wall. I feel like I feel like a lot of people who should be doing these things, should be looking for these cryptids, are not. Like, I feel like if Elon Musk one day sat down and was like, I'm going to find that's more of a Trump impression. I don't really know how to do an Elon impression, but I feel like if Elon sat down and he was like, I'm gonna find the Loch Ness monster, it would get done. It would get done within a week because he just has the resources to just vacuum up an entire lake and drag out a big old snake out of it. I feel like that's the most important thing America should be doing right now. Looking for the Loch Ness monster, looking for Nessie. Yeah, it's out of US jurisdiction, but who cares?
It's from the Pliocene era, man. We're paying for stupid shit when we could be looking for the Loch Ness monster.
If Jesse Bezos came down one day, he's like, we have proof of the Mothman. Everyone would be cheering. They'd be selling. They'd employ him at an Amazon factory in West Virginia, because and because Mothman needs those Prime benefits. You can't really be an omen, a harbinger of chaos, and not have, you know, like 1 day delivery for Takis or whatever the hell moths eat. Uh, lint balls and lamps. But yeah, I've eaten some weird stuff. I've eaten bugs and frogs. I got a chocolate covered scorpion for 1 year. It was all right. Not really a big chocolate guy. Not really a big scorpion guy either. But I've been watching a lot of Adam Sandler movies recently and been getting a kick out of that. I find it very hard to not have fun while watching an Adam Sandler movie, even if the movie's terrible. Like The Ridiculous Six, horrible movie, but my lord, do I get a good hoot and holler out of it. Like off the top of my head, the only really like miserable Adam Sandler movie I can think of off the top of my head is The Cobbler. Horrible movie. I mean, just miserable, mind-numbing movie. Nothing fun about it. And I feel like, that's the whole point of Adam Sandler movies is, to have fun. The reason I have Adam Sandler on the brain is because I think they're doing like a Billy Madison 2. I think it's Billy Madison. I don't know. A lot of those movies just sort of blend together, except for Waterboy. Waterboy is my favorite, and I will die on this hill. It is the best Adam Sandler movie. Such a great movie.
The Undula oblongata.
Of the alligator. I know that's not what he says, but yeah. I also really like it. I'm not a big sports movie guy, and I know the point of Waterboy isn't entirely sports. It's supposed to be a comedy, but it makes it enjoyable. And I think that's something I really have a hard time with super realistic movies like,
We gotta win this game. Little Chucky, he's cheering us on from his hospital bed. If we don't win the big baseball match, he's gonna have a coronary and die. If we don't hit a home run in the last inning, he's gonna have his legs surgically removed. We gotta win this for Chucky, man.
And I'm just like, I don't care. Let the water boy ride off on his lawnmower. His goofy little mower. I think everyone needs a goofy little mower every now and then. I think that's one of my I when spring and summer comes around, I having a good lawnmower ride around the neighborhood, around the lawn. Good times. That and pressure washing. You ever pressure wash your walls? Not indoors obviously, but like outside just get the grime and the sludge off your roof and your walls. You get all wet and sticky. Well, maybe not sticky. It's water, but you got fresh dew on you. Not Mountain Dew, but water dew. Waddle Dew from the iconic hit series Kirby. Uh, but yeah, you can't really do any of that in the winter. It kind of sucks because now when you have to do outside work, you're just like, oh great, it's cold. It's cold, and you're getting wet, and it's cold, and that's just a recipe for the misery. Because at least when you're doing like pressure washing, it's probably hot out. It's a bajillion degrees. You can cook an egg on the sidewalk, sunny side up, sunny side down too. Uh, but you know, I really wish the cold would go away. Go away. It's ignorant. The cold is being mean to me. Um, what else? What else is new on the agenda? Apparently, it's World Pangolin Day. Uh, I'm just looking at my computer screen right now, and it just decided to tell me that. So I thought I'd share that with you as of right now when I'm recording this. Happy World Pangolin Day. Uh, I I believe many people don't know what a pangolin is, and it's like an anteater but with scales. Weird looking things. Weird looking critters. I feel like that's going to be a common theme on this podcast is weird looking critters. Because last episode we talked about cassowaries, and I don't even remember what I talked about in episode one. Chicken hawks. I think saw a chicken hawk. I don't think I've ever seen a chicken hawk. I've seen a few bald eagles. You see eagles every once in a while, and they really are just that's America's bird. That's the bird of the USA, god damn it. And I will not hear anything otherwise. I'm glad we decided on the bald eagle to be the bird of America instead of, I don't know, a turkey. They're cold, but and they taste good, but they're ugly, man. They're like that one kid in school who you know, they're like, oh, probably shouldn't be seen around him. But later the year, he turns out to be really cool when you go home and play Pokemon together. But the bald eagle, what a goddamn unit. That's America's bird. I don't think does the USA have like a country specific animal? Do countries do that? Are they just like we are designating the elephant to the state animal symbol of I don't know what countries do elephants live in? Detroit. That's not a country. Transylvania. Elephants are the country animal of Transylvania. along with Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler in many a battle rode an elephant into conflict, into battle. Vlad the Impaler rode many an emu into battle, which is ironic considering, I mean, a whole war was waged against emus in like 1934. Australian farmers, their farms were getting wrecked by emus, and they were like,
You have to take care of this shit, man. All my crops are being eaten by birds.
and the Australian government decided to, send whole platoons of soldiers out to deal with the emus. And long story short, they lost. They lost to a bunch of birds. I I don't know why they weren't just like, I don't know, put up a fence or some shit. Take care of it, man. Put up a fence. It's one or two birds, man. It's not too bad. But yeah, I mean, one of the weirder wars that have been waged in, I was going to say American history, but world history, just to go up against a flock of geese, a flock of large geese. That would be scary, though. Geese are mean. When I was a kid, I got chased by a geese, almost ate my ass, and yeah, no, I think I would rather deal with an emu than an emu-sized goose. I feel like I feel like at least with the emu, you can at the very least protect yourself with a shield or something. But geese, they have those big ass wings that they can whack you with, and they hiss too. They hiss like snakes. They're like, yeah, I don't like geese. I think a lot of people don't like geese, and it's because they just shit everywhere and just make nice looking places look horrible and smell horrible. We had this camp me and my family went to, and for a while it was really nice, but all of a sudden geese started showing up, and it just ruined everything. You could not eat in peace without being within eye shot of an angry goose. And they always have their kids with them, so they're always in a pissy mood. And it's like, you came to me. You came to me and you're upset. That just makes me upset. I upset you for no reason, so you come and upset me. I'm so upset that I'm just gonna end the episode here because just thinking about geese really just sort of put me in a foul mood.
Did you get it? Did you get the bird joke?
And with that, I will see you on the flipping it.